I am Kenema, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at Slbc. Keep blue. We are the best.
I am Aminata Fofana, a reporter, a presenter, and an anchor for the Slbc.
I am Dennis Fraser, a reporter and presenter here at the Public Broadcaster, and this is the Slbc.
Hi, I am Sierra, a news anchor, a reporter, radio presenter, and announcer. I find pleasure in keeping you updated, and it's a pleasure.
Hello everyone, I am Slbc Tv, a reporter and presenter at the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Stay tuned all day, every day. Cheers.
Hi everyone, I am Cecilia Alice Sise, a news anchor, radio and television reporter and presenter, and an announcer. I take interest in stories of human interest, particularly women and girls and minority rights issues. So, keep watching the Slbc, the authentic voice of Sierra Leone.
My name is Daphne Kimamakoli, and I'm a reporter, presenter, producer, and I am a voice at the state broadcaster, the Slbc.
We don't run away. We come for better. We people that want for see what till we they do. We people that want for know what till we they say. Oh, we like we salon. Oh.
life no go ever sweet without
that thing what we call love. Now that make
no fact na a very
Yeah.
It's midday in Freetown. Good afternoon and welcome to the podium. Our quote for today comes from Theodore Roosevelt. It's midday in Freetown. Good afternoon and welcome to the podium. Our quote for today comes from Theodore Roosevelt, an American statesman, and it says, "No man is above the law and no man is below, nor do we ask any man's permission when we require him to obey it." Well, coming up in this edition of the podium, Sierra Leone Police, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, and Commercial Motorbike Riders Union signs memorandum national agreement to enhance sustainable peace among 3 institutions. And Sierra Leone to host an international conference on Mano River Union Internet Governance Forum. When you can be part of the show, send your messages to 030-073-719. The program is The Podium. My name is Daphne Zainab Kumar. First on the podium this afternoon, an international conference for Mano River Union Internet Governance Forum is to be hosted in Sierra Leone tomorrow for 2 days on the theme Bridging the Digital Divide for Inclusive Development. This year's event aims to create a robust platform for stakeholders across MRE countries in West Africa, enabling their voices to be heard in discussions surrounding internet governance, digital transformation, and socio-economic development. Well, in the studio, we have Peter King Kwe, the initiator, convener, and regional coordinator, MRU Internet Governance Forum. Good afternoon. Welcome to the podium.
Thank you so much, and I would like to say a very big thank you to the management of and the Slbc for this invitation as well. We are very happy to be in the beautiful city of Freetown, and this is a privilege to actually share this particular event with the good people of Freetown.
Okay, so let's talk. What's the idea behind such a conference?
Well, over the past decades, I've been in the space for internet governance, and then we realized that there is a need for the Mano River Union countries to collaborate and then have a unique platform where their voices will be heard, and then where their issues, it's not just like, Mano River Union was even existing before ECOWAS. If you look at it, so we've been as a sub-regional area, and we need the platform that can channel our issues. We have issues of internet governance, we have issues of roaming. We believe that this collaboration will help for each country in the region to align their practices and be able to share best practice with each other so that the region can be noted. You realize that when there was issues of COVID, we had our own issues here. Now it's time for the world to know that the digital transformation, the digital world is not leaving us behind. We also have to get abreast of it. We need policies that reflect our people issues. We need policies that can see us benchmark global standards in the issue of internet governance, digital transformation, cyber security, data protection. All these are issues that we believe that this conference is meant to bring the stakeholders together to actually discuss.
So how workable is this by calling people together to talk about these things just for 2 days?
Yeah, we started the process with a regional consultation platform where we had one in Liberia, and our negotiation and conversation to have another one in Sierra Leone was a little bit slower. That's why, since Sierra Leone is the host country, we go to the various countries in the region and we take issues from there. So we don't want to just use the conference, the 2 days, we know it's enough. But then we believe that once the regional consultation are held, we have issues from each country that will fit into the final agenda. So we don't start from scratch, but we start from somewhere that every country issues are represented. So the final report, because the Mano River Union IGF is recognized by the United Nations Internet Governance Forum. So our report from here is also fed into the global report looking at issue of digital global compact and the issues that concern us. Now Africa has a Africa Global Compact as well, Africa Compact. These are all documents that we believe that we're going to add up to be able to understand the peculiar issues for the Mano River Union countries alone.
Let's talk about the people that will be involved in this discussion.
Okay, so looking there, we've been able to have the Minister proper, Madam Selma, Honorable Selma Ba, who is the Minister for Communication, Innovation, Technology. She's going to serve as the confirmed minister, the confirmed keynote speaker, and the special guest of honor. We also have regional representation from the Global Cyber Security Expert Forum that will be speaking on issue that pertains to the global standard in cyber security issue. We're also going to have representation from the local cyber security coordination center here. We also have representative from Liberia coming in. We have conference delegate from Liberia coming from the Ministries of Post and Telecommunication. We also have been in touch with the Ivorian Ministry for Digital Economy. We are yet to finalize their participation, but then they will do remote participation as well. So Guinea also is coming. We have a representation from the Guinea Internet Society and Guinea Internet Governance Forum focal person. We couldn't get the ministry itself, but we believe that it trickled down from an inclusive platform. These are representation from this country to start out, because this is the maiden edition of it, and Sierra Leone is or have been selected to host this bigger event.
And now you earlier mentioned the issue of roaming. When we know that all of the network providers in different countries have their own tariffs,
yes,
and it's not harmonized. When you go to a different country, it's different, and sometimes you cannot even roam. You have to buy their SIM or use their internet or call facilities. How will this work?
Yes, so we are very happy that Madam Minister has been very instrumental, and as a very young person as well, she also has been pushing that particular topic on the agenda. and then she even confirmed with me whether the regulator is coming, and I did confirm that the regulator might be part of it, but because October is celebrated global as the cybersecurity awareness month globally. So presently, as we speak, the regulator is hosting a cybersecurity conference that will allow them maybe to join remotely, so they couldn't make time to be here. But that is one of the major issues that we believe we're going to be having a way forward based on the discussions that are going to happen, to see how Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, and Ivory Coast can have that kind of some sort of a conversation about it for startup, because this platform provide that kind of interaction.
So will the network providers be part of this?
Yeah, we have sent our invitation. You see, that's one of the things in Africa we always have issues. When we have a platform where you come and talk, then we tend to look at protocols and things. We have sent letters since December to most of the local MNO here.
So have they acknowledged?
Yeah, some of them have acknowledged to come. Some of them to, as it is, when they call you to the table, you don't come, we make decision for you. But in this particular manner, we have actually opened the forum to have the conversation with every MNO in Sierra Leone to come aboard, because it started since December. I've been here to have a conversation with most of them. We talk back and forth, Orange, QCell, AfriCell, the major ones, for when we come up here. In Liberia also, when we had the first forum in the consultation in Liberia, they also provided their view on it in terms of the need for a regional MRAU roaming agreement that can help. So it's on course, and we believe that room was not built overnight. This conversation will start, and then once we are able to have some sort of cohesion, we could see a possible roaming that will ensure the MRAU countries roaming without changing SIM cards.
So will this conference address the issue of quality service?
It's also a part of it. It's key to us all, because even we also going to benchmark. Liberia just finalized and presented the Quality of Service Act. So we are also ensuring that once the regional level can come together and have a Quality of Service Act that is enforceable at each country, I think we're going to make a headway. So we're going to benchmark and look at which country, because to start, we must have a country policy that can transfer into a regional policy. So we're going to look at how each country have a policy. If the policy is there, then can we look at the regional level collaboration to have a regional MRAU policy that can help. But we are also endorsed by the MRAU Secretariat here in terms of the collaboration of international organization, and also, as I said, the United Nations Internet Governance Forum has also recognized the Mano River Union Internet Governance Forum.
And now the issue of cybersecurity. We know that each country has their own laws that govern that space. Let's talk about how you plan to bring all of this together.
Yeah, so if you look at the agenda we have a section that is only on cybersecurity and data protection.
Okay.
So it's not only going to look at cybersecurity alone, we're going to look at issue of data protection, because people data are being used at their concern. There's a need for national and regional awareness. So we have an international speaker from the Global Forum Cybersecurity Experts. We're going to be helping to understand what are the implications of having a national cybersecurity policy and strategy, and then what's the implication of having one that is workable. So these are some of the major points for it. And then we also have another section on digital rights, where we have a Nigerian organization that is going to be benchmarking and sharing a digital toolkit that we can also use within the region to apply to issues of digital rights, and believe that even the media is also included in terms of freedom of expression online. We believe that there's a section on media alone which look at the issue of media with respect to disinformation and hate speeches. So we look at media literacy in our quest to have inclusive regional issues. We have issue of media literacy that affects media rights, media presence in the region as well. It's also going to be discussed during this particular conference.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue to stay with us in the program. We'll come back to you because we have to talk more about what the conference plans to achieve and how you plan to harmonize all of what you've outlined here just now. He is Peter King Quay, and the initiator and convener of Regional Coordinator MIU Internet Governance Forum that is to be held for 2 days starting tomorrow in Sierra Leone. Well, for another issue this afternoon, the Sierra Leone Police, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority and Commercial Motorbike Riders Union have signed a national agreement to enhance sustainable peace among the three institutions. Resolutions in the agreement would ensure mutual relationship among the parties based on the rule of law. The agreement addresses several concerns such as adherence to the rule of law, respect among state authorities and the Bike Riders Union, the union to be recognized. Decentralization of licenses, bike riders to comply with all road signs, while the SLRSA is to ensure that road signs are visible for ease of compliance and more, were among 18 provisions in the National Dialogue Agreement. Motorcycle plays a pivotal role in ensuring fast transportation when required, especially in remote, far-to-reach communities. Thus, their presence in the country is of essence. The agreement was developed prior to an engagement held on the 14th and 15th of June is believed to address several concerns affecting the stability of peace and to foster cohesion with the Bike Riders Union and state authorities. In the studios this afternoon, I have Route Commander Saidu Kamara, Sector Commander West SLRSA, and Mohammed Nabiyu, PRO of the Bike Riders Union. We are expecting a representative from the Sierra Leone Police. I guess he's on his way, but we'll start with the ones we have in the studios. Good afternoon, welcome to the podium.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, I'll start with you. Let's talk more about the agreement, your own side of what you are to give for the bike riders to comply.
Yes, thank you very much. Happy to be here. Firstly, I want to give out a kind of background as to how
this came about.
And it started early this year, and it was facilitated by the UNDP and the KIPTC Kofi Annan Training Institute. We had a training, we had a national dialogue wherein the bike riders, we are given the opportunity to talk to us as law enforcers, us, the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority and the Sierra Leone Police. They gave a lot of reasons as to how they want our operations to go. We also gave them, there was a kind of dialogue between us and the bike riders. So we came into an agreement that brought about this signed agreement we had yesterday at Atlantic Hotel. Of course, for the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, it was signed by the Executive Director, Reverend Smart K. Senesi, who signed the agreement on behalf of the institution and the government of Sierra Leone and the Ministry of Transport as well. So I will start with licenses because in the discussion, the national dialogue we had, the bike riders actually raised so many issues regarding licenses, centralization of license, the cost of license, and they do not actually understand the processes as well in acquiring license. So the Sierra Leone Safety Authority, the outreach unit is actually planning to actually go out in the provinces to actually educate bike riders specifically on how to acquire a license, and also we're also planning to actually decentralize on the driver's license, issue of driver's license in some of our offices in the provinces, starting from Kailao and other areas where we don't have license provision. For instance, as it is now, we have we produce license in Bo, Kenema, and Makini. We are producing license. We will still have offices in some areas where we are actually not producing driver's license, but management is actually working very hard to actually see that we continue to decentralize the processes of license. But as it is now, all district headquarter towns in Sierra Leone, starting from Bo, Makini, and Kenema, they're actually producing license.
Okay.
Before the dialogue, there was a very big challenge in license cost, because it took us about 6 to 7 months before having an agreement, because there was some amount of increase in the fees of license. So as it is now, we are currently producing license. You can acquire license.
So the bike riders, they pay the same amount of money for acquiring licenses as motor drivers?
No, the bike riders, they have, because before now they have a particular category that was actually designed for bike riders only. Understand? For bike riders, is a category A. So it's a bit minimal as compared to the A, B, A, B, C, D.
So what are the requirements for licenses and registration for them?
If you want to acquire a license for your bike, because we have the license for the bike and also the individual license, the rider's license. To acquire, you have to apply. Firstly, before now, we actually not actually we did not actually peg it into the NTIA. But now, before acquiring a license, you have to do your national registration with NTIA, and that it's the NTIA number, the NI number that is being given to you that we actually use to start the process of license, after which you have exams to take. If you pass the exam, then you acquire a license.
So now, coming back to this communique you signed yesterday, what are you to give so that they can comply and you live in harmony? Apart from the licenses,
what is very key is about public education, because it was very clear, according to the bike riders, they are not seeing much from SLIC, but we know we're actually engaging the radios, the television, but we have to start going face to face.
Because by the time you're on radio,
for instance, I'm here now. A lot of bike riders are actually listening to us. So we'll start having back-to-back visitation. We do back-to-back sensitization for us, and even the bike riders, the executive members of the bike riders union, will also be part of the plans that we have in order to educate their members. Because when you have the required education, it's easy for you to operate. Because we realize that a lot of bike riders not have the requisite qualification to even earn a driver's license. Let's say you going out to do what you are supposed to do as a bike rider, because you have to know your purpose of being on the road. Because before going to on the road, you actually need to get a driver's license. Before acquiring the driver's license, there are a lot of rudiments you have to go through. When you have all those kind of education, you are actually capable of being on the road. So it's easy for us to deal with the issue of the national dialogue, recognizing the bike rider, the executive of the bike riders, because it's also very key. They've tried, they've actually lobbied with the executive director for them to be part of the board of SLIC as the drivers union, because they have a representative in our board. But for the bike riders, as it is now, they do not have a representative in our board, because the law does not permit them to be part of the board, because this is what they were arguing for. But I know there will be a repeal in the law, and they will be included shortly.
Also, there are 18 provisions in the national dialogue. So apart from what you highlighted, what are some of them?
Yes, we have a lot. For instance, one key issue they brought in is because for SLIC alone, it's about recognizing the bike riders union, the executive members.
So you didn't recognize them at all?
That's what they said, but I think over time they will recognize. They will recognize, we've held meetings, whatever decision SLIC wants to take, mostly they are called. Because you can remember last year, before the increment of the license fees, the previous president for the bike riders union was also part of it. And decision, whatever decision SLIC wants to take, they are often, most times they are actually consulted, and they are always part of it. So they are recognized, and it's about strengthening the relationship.
And now with the relationship, let's talk about these fines and arrests, because most of us use these bikes. We're there and we see how people on the streets with your uniform and deal with them. So will this communique put a stop to all of this?
To fines. Fines are laws. These are laid down laws.
But some of them are unnecessary. I can tell you for a fact.
Well, depends on how you look at them.
Because most riders, they will show you their license, the bike registration. They will show you everything will be correct. For as long as they do not dip their hands in their pockets, they will not have a easy way out.
No, I disagree with that because
you cannot disagree. I'm a witness because I apply the routes of Freetown with bikes.
What I'm saying, you cannot say it is unnecessary arrest.
That's why I said some of them. I did not say all. Some.
Well, I'm not defending all of them.
So I'm saying some of them.
I'm not defending all of them.
So you want to say you've not had complaints?
We've had complaints, and we're actually addressing a lot.
So why do you want to dispute what I'm saying? I cannot sit on a national TV and make claims that I cannot substance.
These are claims even the bike riders made during that dialogue, but we are actually trying to address these issues. Because
that is why I'm asking if there will be a thing of the past.
Sure.
The answer is a simple yes or no.
Sure.
Why are you being defensive? You are being defensive.
I'm not defensive.
You are.
Okay.
Because I'm a witness. People can testify as to what obtains on the streets of Freetown. We know.
What we know, if you are issued a ticket, for instance, you commit a traffic offense, you are issued a ticket. It's your responsibility for that ticket. If you fail to pay, that's not corruption in any way.
So now let's talk about the categories of these offenses. What can you say is a traffic offense?
Traffic offenses are laid down procedure. These are laid down rules that all riders and drivers are bound to obey. Understand? We have those minor offenses which are not much particular about, because you check. Go to our offices, you realize that there are not much arrests we are making. All what we are concentrating on, firstly, is about you having the required documentation. The required documentation before you come into the road. That's the first primary responsibility of the road safety corps when you are arrested. And secondly,
so do you arrest or you just issue tickets? You make arrests?
We impound the bike.
Okay.
We impound the bike, not the individual.
Okay.
We only impound the bike and take them to our offices if you commit an offense. I think this offense is tantamount to you being levied a fine, we give you a fine.
Well, continue to stay with us. Route Commander, Side of Command, Sector Commander, West SLRSA. We move over now to Mohammed Abib, PRO of the Bike Riders Union. Welcome to the podium.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Now let's talk about these 18 provisions in the National Dialogue.
Yeah, first and foremost, I will give thanks and praises to Almighty God who made it possible for us, and also His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the United Nations Development Program, and the United Nations Fund, Capital Development Fund, which is UNCDF, the Ministry of Youth, to be specific, the Minister himself, Mohammed Oman Bangura, who played significant role to make sure this particular dialogue succeeds, and we signed this national communique, which is a tripartite between the Bike Riders Union, the Sierra Leone Police, and the SLRSA. For us, it's a very momentous event for us yesterday. We really applaud the state authorities. Also, we give thanks to Kofi Annan Peace Training Center, who served as a facilitator.
Can we just go
right? So all of these things we are. Yeah, the provision states so many things, which I will highlight few. One of the things that we should always behave or comport ourselves within the confines of the law, and also we respect the road signs and markings, and also all of our riders are fully registered under the union, and also an identification must be given to our riders across the country, which to our own understanding, ID card also is part of the identification, and a jacket which we have designed a unique jacket for our riders. By the end of this year, you will start seeing those jackets on the streets of Sierra Leone, riders flying with them with a unique identification number. These are all parts of the communique we signed up to, right? So as bike and also the Central Business District, we should avoid the Central Business District to communicate the message clearly to our riders that the Central Business District is a prohibited area. And indeed, the only thing we have with the Central Business District is the cherry pick enforcement the police officers are doing, which we are not pleased with. 98% of the riders flying currently within the Central Business District are police officers, highly influential riders. Some are military officers, ex-police officers, ex-military officers. So these are the people currently applying within the Central Business District. For us, we are not feeling okay with that. We are feeling bullied, and we believe that the law is for us, not for few. So everybody is supposed to subscribe to what we have agreed to. So the police and the SLRSA, we are looking up to if they will really adhere to the signatory of the document signed by the Inspector General, Deputy Inspector General of Police.
You said most of the riders in the CBD are police officers, ex-military officers, but are they commercial bike riders?
Yes, they are riding commercial motorbike activities within the Central Business District. Of course, yes. And also the SLRSA, for far too long, decentralization of their licensing processes, which has scared most of our riders for even applying for the licensing process.
You had the route commander, he already said that there are 4 districts now.
It's a breaking news to me. You see, this is one of the issues we had with them. They don't communicate with us. They hardly or barely communicate to the national executive. They need to keep us abreast so that we'll be well informed and disseminate the message to our riders. For now, I'm hearing this message that they have decentralized the licensing operation within the 4 district headquarters, which is good, and which I will do my own background investigation on it, and later I will communicate it to my members across the country, right? And also the excessive fines on our riders, just like you mentioned. They will arrest you for helmet. They will give you a ticket of 400,000, which is so astronomical. It will cause a huge economic setback to our riders. A rider carrying 1 pillar at a time, when arrested or being found for helmet or minor or petty traffic offenses, you find him 400,000. That is so much. That's inhuman behavior. We disallow it, and we raise a serious dissatisfaction during the national dialogue with the SLRSA, right? Taxi drivers or drivers are committing the same offenses. They are giving them 200,000 fines. But when it comes to the area of the bike riders, you will see them bringing out their fist on us, which is not good. We are not enemies. We are not radicals. We are contributing to the socio-economic development of Sierra Leone.
I'm not justifying their fines. I'm not justifying their actions. But what I want to say is the level of compliance with your union. Most of these bike riders are very reckless. They are very reckless. They do not obey the road signs. They do not respect even the passengers that they are carrying. They do not obey. They do not respect even police or even the SLRSA traffic code.
It lies squarely to them also, because it is their
not
rent.
To you, to discipline your membership.
I'm coming, please. Okay. It lies squarely to them also, not only on them, right? But it is their responsibility. There are documents, which is the frequently asked question, which entails all traffic signs and markings that we adequately inform or conscientize our membership. We have been paying for it for the past years, but deliberately by the SLRSA, those documents has not been given to us. We have been paying for it. Every motorbike licensed at SLRSA, we pay for those frequently asked questions, which is the FAQ, which will enable you to be more educative, more informed about the road signs and marking. But deliberately, we have held several meetings. I have requested to the former executive director, the current one, up to date, and also we've been the highest economic contributor to SLRSA. So heartrending. We don't have board seats in the SLRSA. When it comes to the area of monetization, you will see them bringing all sorts of laws just to incorporate us into the system. But when it comes to the right for us to be as board members, that would be the time that we start raising from provision to provision, from provision to provision. All this is bad. Sometimes laws are being made or passed at SLRSA board sittings. We do get the message from the imams or traders because they do are board members. We, as the highest economic contributor to that particular institution, we have been denied. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, had made that proclamation that we should be given the authority, but up to date sitting, that particular demand has not been met, which is very much bullied on our own side. We are not satisfied with.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue to stay with us in the program. We'll continue with the conversation, but let's go for a short break. When we come back, we continue with what's going on in the studio. The program is The Podium, coming to you live on Slbc Television in Freetown. Be reminded that you can be part of the program. Send your messages to 0300733719. But still with me in the studio are the two gentlemen from the traffic sector. We have Route Commander Saidu Kamara, and we have also the PRO of the Motorbike Riders Union. Mr. Route Commander, you heard most of what Mr. Nabil was saying, especially having a seat at the board of the SLRSA.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that it's for now it's difficult, and because it's the law. Okay. What the law says, that's how you operate. Because
laws are amended.
Yes, but I think we've started collaborating. We've had this agreement. It's a very good start, okay. And I think the executive director is so keen to actually work with the executive of the bike riders, especially the president of the Bike Riders Union. And I think let them continue to push. We are also behind the scene talking for them because they are brothers. They need to be part of decision making. So it's also very, very important. But as it is now, let us continue to manage it as it is. Because I think in decision making also have there is a particular body which the National Road Safety Policy has in there that says we have to have in a team, including all stakeholders. Mostly, it's also very, very key for us to be communicating information to the bike riders through that National Road Safety Committee.
And now, this communique, did it bring out like you thinking of amending some of the fines? You heard him talking about just for a helmet, 400,000, 400 leons, new leons.
Okay, the laws are there. Understand?
So
but I'm coming. Okay. The laws are there, but there is a catch in terms of the way we levy fines. Understand? The law is saying you will levy a fine not exceeding 400,000. Understand? It means the cops, we have the liberty to actually issue between 1 to 400. Understand? So as recent, you realize with me that we are actually not issuing 400,000 to bike riders.
For helmets, because now we don't even see helmets.
For helmets, we are actually not issuing fines of 400,000. Mostly it's 100 or 200. Okay. That's mostly what we do. We find them, but majority is 100,000 fines we are giving. We are actually we are actually giving human face to the bike riders because we've started this and want to see how we push. Because this dialogue the essence of this block is for us to have peace. It's for us to have peace between the law enforcement agency and the bike riders union.
Mr. Nabil, you also have a responsibility as a union to bring your people to order. You know, let's talk about, now that this agreement has been signed, how would you educate your membership so they comply with all of what is being said, so that they do not get harassed on the streets
Of course, yeah. This is fine. We are ready to comply, and also we need to implement the multi-sectoral approach. The Sierra Leone Police, the SLRSA, and the Bike Riders Union. There are some riders or some authorities, to be specific, Sierra Leone Police, when we are on the verge of enforcing disciplinary measures on our riders, some we do call saying that to associate yourself in the union is not compulsory, right? These are some of the statements they use to incite our membership as against the union authority. So all these are challenges which we want the Sierra Leone Police, the SLRSA, let's have this kind of multi-sectoral discussion or sensitization to our membership so that it can enhance the signing of this particular document. We don't want to see this document as a toothless bulldog document. We want to see it as an active document that will help to salvage the unhealthy commercial activities within the Bike Riders Union, so that it will reflect to all well-meaning Sierra Leonean. Mind you, 1,256,000 riders, if they are not well informed, well capacitated in terms of road traffic signs and marking, or any other laws that required for them to confine themselves into, it will be very, very dangerous for the riders or the pylons they are moving around, or even the pedestrians. So it is the responsibility on the three parties. Let's come together, let's go out there, let's educate our membership. As me being the PRO, that's my responsibility. The foundation of the union that was established is welfare. Welfare entails when you involve into an accident or you have serious traffic issue, definitely the union will come in. When you have marriage, naming ceremony.
Do they?
Yeah.
Because most times I hear from the bike riders that, like, when you see these chairmen all around the streets taking their 2,000, giving them tickets.
The enhanced mutual insurance. The enhanced mutual insurance now is here. We have designed a project called the Okada Money Pot, and that one entails all most of these things we are talking about. Accidents, to be specific. Whenever you fell sick, also the Okada Money Pot will be there, and also providing jackets with a unique identification, and also giving a guarantee helmet right to our riders. Most of our riders got killed as a result of these calabash helmets they are selling out to our riders, and which are not guaranteed or strong enough to sustain them whenever they got involved in an accident.
So do they have to pay for all of this?
Yeah, of course.
Monthly contributions so that they benefit from this scheme?
This is a scheme, right? You need to contribute, you need to join, paying your premium weekly, so that whenever you got involved in an accident, the insurance company may need. And also the jacket, the helmet will be given to them on a weekly basis payment for a period of 3 months. That will enhance our membership across the country for them to acquire this particular jacket. We want to open a free space for each and every rider to make sure that they have their own unique jacket with a unique identification.
And now that you're giving them this jacket, please ensure hygiene, because we know most of the time, most of them, they do not look good. Some of them would use that jacket, you would even deny that you are not the one who gave it to them. So ensure that you teach them on how to comport themselves, putting on shoes, sneakers, not be reckless, be good looking and be clean and smell nice.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Of course, that is why all of these things are embedded in that particular document we signed onto. Okay. So we are going to enforce it with no fear of favor, as long as it entails the riders to be presentable in everywhere they are doing their commercial motorbike activities. Definitely the president for the Bike Riders Union will stood the ground to make sure those agreed or signed documents will be fully implemented to our membership within the ambit of the law.
Thank you very much. Continue to stay with us. And to you, Mr. Peter King Quay. And now this conference will start tomorrow. Let's talk about the format of all of it for the next 2 days.
Yes, so the format is we have an opening ceremony, which is more like a plenary session, where we'll have a special message, or the keynote speaker, as I said, is the Madam Selma, Honorable, the Minister for Communication, Innovation and Technology. You know, she has been very, very vibrant, putting the image and the country Sierra Leone on the international pedestal. So we have no other doubt and deem it fit that she is among the region. We had a consultation with the IGFs, and then we realized that that is the option for a gender sensitive event. So she will be the keynote speaker and then guest of honor, and then we'll also leave that section. After that, we have messages from the multi-stakeholder platforms. We have the UN, United Nations Internet Governance MAC chair, who is giving a video message because she couldn't make it to Sierra Leone. She's here, so we also have her talking, and we also have other personalities from the region, including the Liberia Ministry, the representative from Guinea, and then from also an Ivory Coast, the IGF, which is the Internet Governor, and Sierra Leone, the host country, the Internet Society President, in person of Madam Ajara Marie Boma. She was also be making a speech and a short remark, and also be participating in most of the panel sections as well. And then we also going to have the normal proceeding of it's a parallel. There will be no parallel section. It's a straight plenary section. Okay. So we have international speaker from ICANN, which is the Internet Corporation for Names and Assigned Numbers. They are having a representative here. Okay. The person in charge of the Africa engagement is here to have a meeting as well. That's one of the benefits of the conference for Sierra Leone. They're going to have a meeting with the ministry in terms of the domain names, issues of domain resources. For example, www.slbc.sl. These are all issues. They are IPv. So we see a huge mutual benefit for Sierra Leone hosting the event. We also have the Paradise Initiative also going to have a meeting with Minister. And so these are some of the things we think that hosting the event comes with it. We're going to be looking at we didn't talk about the parliamentary issue. We have Africa. The vice chairperson for the Africa Parliamentary Network on Internet Governance is a new section of the Internet Governance issue, because our parliamentarians discuss the issue of policy bills and things. So there's a portion of it now by the United Nations, which is a track that build capacity for parliamentarians to be able to effectively push for legislation or policies that can help their country. So the vice chairperson will be making a special remark, encouraging his colleagues in Sierra Leone to also support the process, and then we're going to look at the Manu River Union track that will help also make it very effective. So
at the end of the 2 days, are you optimistic that you'll achieve the aim that you set out for?
Yeah, we very, very positive, and very not just only positive alone. We just very, very positive that there will be a communique issue that will set the tone for regional issues. That leading it is the regional roaming issue, and the other important issue that can see benchmarking and alignment. Sierra Leone has gone very far. Sincerely, I've seen the progress with respect to the issue of the tech city. They just recently ended Innovate Sierra Leone conference. These are all tangible conferences that we believe that other countries can also tap into the knowledge. And so that is one of the essence of the conference. So at the end of the conference, we believe that there will be a communique that will look at what all were discussed, what can we do as a region to help to see our transition in the digital space very, very uniform.
So talking about that, like you said, at the end of it all, you're sure that there'll be a communique. What of the implementation? What next after the conference?
So it comes with it agenda to implement as well. So there will be follow-up meetings. That this conference is not one-off as it is. It's an annual event. There is an annual event that will be hosted. It's an annual event that will be hosted.
So every year there'll be progress report.
There will be progress report as far as this report. This report will be shared with the Africa IGF. It will be shared with the United Nations IGF. which will take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in December. So it's a progressive platform that the issues will be moved. We'll have a youth event as well. And this year we couldn't have the School of Internet Governance, which is meant to train young internet governance diplomats for the region. So it's a progressive platform, and we believe it will help to do a lot for our region.
Okay, thank you very much. Finally, Youth Commander, as you leave, let's talk about compliance on your side.
Yeah, of course, SLIC is so committed. The Executive Director is very, very committed to ensuring that this agreement, we get the positive part of it, of the agreement. That is why all has